Hi, I'm Kat.
I'm Abby.
And welcome to Swift Lore Podcast, where we dive into the lyrics and lore of our Lord and Savior, Dr. Taylor Allison Swift.
Absolutely, that's why we're here.
And here we are.
Yeah.
I didn't mess up the intro this week.
I know. What am I going to do?
I thought you were about to be like, yes, you did. Do it again.
Abby and Kat were born in 1997 and became best friends when they were 6. Grew up together and started a band and bonded over music ever since. 20 years later, they are all grown up and spend their free time analyzing lyrics. Now here they are talking all about their Lord and Savior, Dr. Taylor Allison Swift. Taylor, if you're listening, we love you.
I'm trying to think of what's happening.
Well, I was in Albany for the last week.
She was.
And I went from Albany and I pulled here first. So that's where I'm at. Who knows what energy you guys are going to get from me today. I will say, I specifically did not tell you this because I wanted to have it on the pod, right?
It's the live react.
I went to a karaoke party yesterday.
I knew that.
Hosted by a friend of the podcast, Gabby.
Slay.
I won best performance.
Fuck yeah. Of course you did.
I won a bottle of tequila.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Which is very exciting. At least I'm pretty sure it's tequila. They told me when they handed it to me, and I think that's what they said. I haven't opened it yet.
That's fair enough.
It's liquor bottle shaped.
Fair enough. Wait, is it like wrapped or like?
Yeah, it was wrapped.
Oh, okay.
It was so
I was
cute.
like, how do you not know what kind it is?
Oh,
if
yeah.
There's a label on it. I was like,
I can't read, so.
well, I was like, were you so drunk at karaoke that you forgot how to read? Because like, been there, done that.
I had one drink.
Fair enough.
Oh, one. It was a Dirty Shirley.
Ooh,
Yeah, it was good.
slay.
All right. Do you have any updates?
Oh, I posted on our Instagram story earlier in the week about what bits people are committing to this year, and then I forgot about it. So we got some answers that I forgot to post, and then time went on, and it became more and more like, oh, I have to just talk about this on the podcast instead of just answering it on the Instagram stories.
It'd be like that sometimes.
One person, our friend Brienne, responded and said, my bit is using the like heart hand emoji in serious situations because I've been doing it.
That's just how I always use it.
But like, I used to use it ironically, like I'm going to die heart hand emoji. But now I feel like because of this podcast, I started using it unironically
Interesting.
because that's also like, that's very fearless coded.
That's true. That's true.
And then another one that I want to shout is being a Rep TV clown, which I think is a bit that we should all commit to.
Come on. I have never felt more foolish.
You didn't eat your words though.
Well, so the thing is that I do value my health and wellness.
I told you to put on a cupcake and you said
You think I have the time to craft my own cupcake?
store-bought is fine.
I have depression.
The stores are also still there.
I just pull up to Costco. Like, can you write my words on a cupcake so I can eat it? It's for a bit.
No, you buy the cupcake and then you write it on there yourself.
I guess. I'm
Maybe
sorry
next week.
I didn't do that. I really did think about
I
it.
don't want to do that.
I really did think about it. Instead, I just posted that really weird thing of me being an Easter bunny, and that was an Easter egg because we covered Cruel Summer.
It's Easter egg, Easter egg, Easter egg.
It was Easter eggs. It was Easter Egg City. Also, the last song we sang at karaoke was Cruel Summer, and I screamed so much that I'm surprised I have a voice.
Slay. So this week we are doing, well, the title would be, if there wasn't a character count, hills that we would die on, but nobody asked us to die on this hill. We're just already up here, and like the view is pretty great, so why not?
It's basically songs that aren't everyone's cup of tea, but they're sure as hell ours.
And that's why I'm covering It's Nice to Have a Friend.
And I'm covering Midnight Rain.
It's very slay.
It is very slay.
I'm very excited for mine.
I'm so excited for mine. This is an all-time favorite Taylor song for me. I really enjoyed this one.
This is my, I don't know if this is my favorite off Lover, but it's up there.
You do really like this one.
I love this song. When Lover first came out, this was my favorite song.
And I can't wait to hear your take on it. I do just want to explain for those watching that I'm wearing a Black Sabbath shirt, which is pretty unlike me. It's one of those things where if I went in public and they said, name a Black Sabbath song, I could for sure name one.
Name a Black Sabbath song.
I do really like the song Paranoid.
Yeah, I don't know any Black Sabbath songs, so I can't fact check you. I'm not wearing the shirt.
Like, I recognize a few Black Sabbath songs, but the reason that I actually bought this shirt is because it looks like a shirt that Drew Barrymore wears in the classic movie Charlie's Angels 2000, and I want to look like her. So that's why I bought this shirt. And I'm wearing it today because it's black and yellow, and which is like the midnight versus the sunshine.
Slay.
And also, I ran out of clothes.
Also that too. I was like, is she gonna mention that? And I'm wearing a pink sweater and a little heart-shaped necklace and a blue sports bra because then you can see the blue and the pink.
Cute.
It's giving lover.
2 lovers in a row for you.
I know. I'm double lovering.
Love that for you. Lover that for you. Nope. Didn't like that. Didn't love her that.
What? Yeah, it just keeps getting worse. Who wants to go?
I think you should go first.
Okay, good, because I wanted to go first.
Okay, you should go first, so you're going to go first now.
It's nice to have a friend. This is the 17th track on Lover. It's also the penultimate track, as I saw it referred to somewhere. Second to last. Mm-hmm. I love penultimate. It's a banger of a word.
It's a great word.
It's a great word, and you don't get to use it that much. So here it is. This is the penultimate track on Lover. My second note is just people hate this song, and they're all wrong. And if this song was on Folklore, if It's Nice to Have a Friend was on Folklore, you bitches would eat it up. And everybody says it's the worst track on Lover, and you're wrong.
How could they say that?
Me is right there.
Okay, once again, I don't have, like, Me to me isn't a bad song still. But
it's not a bad song. It's just worse than this one.
Yeah, neither. This song's fine.
This
there's
song
nothing
is
wrong
so
with this
fun.
one.
It's so, like, it's a silly little song. It's so cute. It's fun. It's got a weird song structure because it's just verses and like a refrain line. There's no chorus. There's no bridge. It's just a fun little like experiment in songwriting. And it's a really short song. Mm-hmm. When this came out, it was her shortest song ever. Now that We Don't Talk is the shortest, and then Glitch is the second shortest, and then this, which I didn't realize Glitch was so short.
Yeah.
Seems like a Glitch. And then in the background, there's like a little children's choir. I forgot to write down the name, and for some reason the tracks on Lover don't have their own Wikipedia pages like a lot of her other songs do. Which is just really detrimental to my research.
Our extensive research
of genius Wikipedia and the old brain. The song is also featured prominently in the horror movie Megan, which I have not seen.
The trailer.
Is it only in the trailer? I thought it was in the actual movie during that weird dance sequence.
No.
It's not?
I'm almost positive there's just a spooky version in the trailer.
Dang. Well,
which is inspired. That is an inspired choice.
It is an inspired choice because this song has that kind of quality that you could make it creepy if you just changed the background a little bit.
It's got a childlike quality to it, and children in a horror context are inherently creepy.
That's so true. Kids are terrifying. Especially in horror.
Yeah.
So Taylor spoke to Billboard about Lover in like 2019. I think she was their like artist of the year. And she specifically talked about It's Nice to Have a Friend and how fun it was to write the song because it's just verses. And she said, my whole body and soul wants to make a chorus. Every time I sit down to write a song, I'm like, okay, chorus time. Let's get the chorus done. But with this song, it's more like a poem and a story and a vibe and a feeling of, I love metaphors. that kind of have more than one meaning. And I think I love the idea that on an album called Lover, we all want love. We all want to find somebody to see our sights with and hear things with and experience things with. Mm-hmm. Which we love a tangent queen. I don't know what the fuck that has to do with the song, but I love it.
I love metaphors. It's a metaphor, you see.
You trail off and you just say it. Because, okay, to be fair, I added a pause after metaphors, but it was a story of vibe and a kind of feeling of ... I love metaphors that. And then also she said, like, we've been searching for love since we were kids. And she specifically says, like, when you have, like, a friend when you're a kid and you're, like, obsessed with just, like, hanging out with your friend, and it's not necessarily romantic, but, like, you're just, like, that kind of all-consuming love. That's what it looks like when you're a kid. And yeah, so this song has never been performed live. Ever.
Wow.
I know.
Well, I guess I understand why.
But like, as a surprise song, I think if this was a surprise song, people would like it more. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I agree. Because What I really like about this song is the aesthetic of it, the vibe of it, like the oohs in the background, things like that, which wouldn't be there. I think on its own, if she were to play it probably on piano, just like really stripped down, and how short it is. I see why she hasn't chosen it yet. I'm not saying it wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
But I see why she hasn't chosen it.
I think that one reason why people don't like it is because it sounds so different from the rest of Lover. So if it was in a surprise song context, because I think there's other songs that people like, I'm thinking of like, I Don't Want to Live Forever. I never listened to that song. And then she did the surprise song and I was like, oh wow, I actually like, I never listened to that. And that's actually like a good song.
It is a good song. So is Renegade. I love Renegade.
In terms of my personal connections, I covered this song on my old YouTube channel.
I remember
like
this.
when Lover came out.
And you had a cute little music video with it.
I did. That was when I was in my like music video era. So I would like record me like doing the cover and then I would record like B-roll. It was cute. I really liked that.
I did. Well, I really like our cover of Alaska. Still.
That slays.
It's really good. And like the B-roll that we took, it's just us hanging out at the lake house and just like having a good time. It's just so
Having a little moment.
cute. It's really cute.
We love that. Also, I think this is probably like her sweetest love song because she wrote it as an adult with like all the knowledge of heartbreak and like what love is actually like as an adult. But she still captured the like innocence and magic of real true love that can happen at any age, and like knowing what it feels like to get your heart like ripped out of your chest and like stamped into the mud, and then still be able to write a song like this that's like so sweet and soft and innocent is like, to me, like the heart of the magic of Lover.
Yeah, I think this is the rare case where there isn't anything sad about this song.
There literally isn't. Like I don't think I made it sad.
No. I can't think of a way to make it sad, and that's saying something because I can make most things sad. It's my
I can't
superpower.
remember if I made anything sad.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. We'll get there. Now into the lyrical analysis. I think this song is a lot like Mary's song off of Debut, which is about like neighbors growing up together, falling in love. I think this is a pretty similar story. So it starts off, school bell rings. We've talked many times about her ability to just like drop you into the world of the song in a really satisfying way that you just immediately know kind of like the vibe and the tone and where you are. And like opening with school bell rings, especially with the children's choir doing the oohs in the back.
Yeah.
You're in it immediately. And it sets this like really happy tone right off the bat because it's like, oh, the school day's over. Like you're out, you're free. And also like Lover has a lot of moments that allude to like high school and like younger age of like Miss Americana, the Heartbreak Prince. Wish I could think of another one. And then she's kind of like creating this parallel between like finding the right person and realizing it's the exact type of love that you dreamed about when you were in like high school and you were thinking about like what it would be like to be in love one day and like actually finding that. Walk Me Home is just so cute. It's just like the way that she says it, where it's just school bell rings, walk me home, where it's not a question. It's not like, oh, should like we walk home together? It's like, that's like, it's a given. They're already comfortable and like know each other and they're walking home from school together.
Oh, that makes sense. For some reason, it was always just like the you is implied. Like, you walk me home. But
yes, but also, so like a few lines later, it's like want to hang out with a question mark. So this is like before that level of like actually getting asked out. Like they already every day they like walk home together.
That's cute. Or it's like that little kid thing where it's easier to be demanding when you're a kid because you can just be like, walk me home. Or
yes.
like in Seven when Taylor talks about being able to throw a tantrum when you're a kid that you can't do anymore.
You can, but you shouldn't. I don't endorse tantrums most time. And then sidewalk chalk covered in snow. I mean,
wow,
it's so cute. But also just like the scene setting with like between the school bell rings and sidewalk chalk covered in snow, like you know exactly that it's like winter, but it's like early winter, so like you're probably not sick of the snow yet, so it's very pretty, it's very cute, you're all excited because school's out. Like just her ability to set scene is just incredible. Like I want to teach like a college level class that's just like setting the scene like Taylor Swift in creative writing. Like that would be a dream because she's so good at it.
So good at it. Also, is she implying, well, I don't know if she's implying this, like winter break, like the last day of school before winter break?
I think maybe.
Okay.
Because I'll just kind of jump ahead a little bit because the song ends with like stay in bed the whole weekend. So to me it kind of like parallels like this is like the school bell ringing on like a Friday and it's like the whole weekend you spend together. So it could be winter break. Lost my gloves, you give me one. Like how I had a boyfriend that I forgot my gloves and we did this. It was our boyfriend.
Sure it was.
And so
Our boyfriend.
our
That's
ex-boyfriend,
worse than our
sorry.
ex.
Our ex-boyfriend, it's not giving Polly.
Can I just really clarify real quick that there was like years in between?
Oh yeah. No, like I dated him in like 2016 and she dated him in like
2021.
Yeah, it was not, there was no overlap. It wasn't weird.
No,
It
not
was
weird.
very normal.
Boundaries were discussed. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. But like where we went somewhere and I forgot my gloves, so like he gave me one of his and then we held hands in like my pocket.
That's really cute.
Isn't that fucking cute?
Yeah.
Why am I a lesbian? God damn it. No woman's ever done that for me. Anyways, want to hang out? Yeah, sounds like fun. It's so like, and so the want to hang out question mark is in like quotation marks. So the other person is asking Taylor. And it's like so cute that it's just like that awkward experience of like asking someone on a date for the first time or getting asked on a date for the first time. And like, you're so anxious and so awkward, but then like hearing yes, you're just like, oh my God, I'm going to relate to every love song ever. And then usually that doesn't happen. But then when you do relate to the love songs, you can look back at it and like relate the way that you're feeling now to those old hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is a tangent that I didn't write down, but right now I'm reading Eli Rallo's book, I Didn't Know I Needed This, which she's on TikTok as like at the jar, but she's like a really amazing writer, like went to Columbia for journalism. And it's like if Carrie Bradshaw was writing a book today, like this is the book she would write. And it's so good. And she talks about like her boyfriend. And she said like something about him not being like super experienced like in bed or something. And she was like, and it really surprised me because like he's the kind of person that people write books about. And I was just like,
Wow.
imagine somebody writing that about you.
Yeah.
My self-confidence would be through the roof forever. Which isn't really relevant to the song, but also it's on the brain. And like that kind of thing of like meeting somebody that feels right and you're just like, yeah, this is correct. This is how it's supposed to always be. So want to hang out sounds like fun. Like the soft yes, because you don't want to be like, yes, oh my gosh, of course. You're like, yeah, it sounds like fun. Like you're trying to be casual. You're not feeling casual.
Totally. Oh, been there.
Been there, done that.
Something about the elementary school crushes. Like when I was talking about all the way back in the Mastermind episode, when I was talking about the guy that I got to sit on the bench with while reading the book, like that's
was
what this
over on the
reminds
bench.
me of. It's just like that little kid,
Yeah,
little
exactly. Like
crushes.
that very innocent, like you don't know what it's like to be in love, but you're really excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that video games, you passed me a note. Video games, I think it's like funny because like I think back on people who dated in high school. I was not among them. But like a lot of times they would just like be doing their hobbies, but like the other person would come. It's just so cute. I just love that. I love the idea of being past notes. Sleeping in tents. Do you know where I'm going? For Abby's 9th birthday.
I see the note. It says
So we'll explain the note after the story.
okay.
So for Abby's 9th birthday, it was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
99% of the night.
There were only 3 of us.
Yeah, it was just us and another friend. And Abby's parents took us to get like makeovers and we did a photo shoot. I still have the photo somewhere. It's very cute, very fun.
Really cute.
And then we camped out in Abby's backyard in a tent. And her family had recently gone camping, which included fishing. So her sleeping bag had been improperly stored near some fish hooks.
Oh
Was it your thumb or was it your foot?
It was my hand.
Your hand. So she got a little fish hook to the hand.
I did. My finger.
At
my
like
fingy.
midnight. Because also, so we were out in this tent. And I had one of those like DVD players that like would look like a laptop. And we were watching like Aquamarine.
Yeah, back in what, 2006?
Yeah.
I think we were watching like a Cinderella story, like that kind of
I know
vibe.
Aquamarine was in the mix. I'm sure
Yeah.
about that, but I'm sure a Cinderella story was probably also like that. Yeah. Because then
Yeah.
also after because then it happened and then we were trying to fix it, but we were 9. And so then we had
bug
to
my
go,
mom.
we had to go wake up her mom and then we had to sleep inside.
Yeah, but we watched Lizzie McGuire and
did.
like
We watched Lizzie McGuire till
three
we
of
fell
us
asleep.
were in my bed.
Yeah, it was all 3 of us in the bed just being like, we have to go to sleep. And then we were all just like not traumatized. We were lightly startled.
It was what an end to that party.
So the note that I wrote for the Sleeping in Tents line just goes TBT to the disaster fish hook birthday. Which it wasn't a disaster as a whole. It was just that little
It's
little blip.
fine.
It was a good
It's
time.
funny now.
It's really funny now. It's nice to have a friend.
It really was that night.
It really was. Because if you had been out there alone, fish hook in the hand, not a friend in the world,
Would have been a goner.
would have been a goner. You wouldn't have made it. But there's also like a cheesy quote that I was obsessed with in like the 8th grade. That's like, love is friendship set on fire.
Ooh.
Which I feel like it's only cheesy to me because I was so obsessed with it when everything that I liked was cheesy. I was obsessed with this quote during Speak Now era. So like to me, this and being like 13, 14 are like inextricably linked.
I get that.
So it only feels cringe to me, perhaps. Anyway, so like, yes, that idea of if you can't be friends with someone, then you can't really fall in love with them because, I mean, if you can't be friends with someone, how are you going to build a life with them or like anything, you know?
Yeah, I think they should be your best friend. Like
Exactly.
Your
Other than me.
person. Yes, that's true. Kat is always the third part of whatever future marriage I might have. But again, not Polly.
Not in a weird way.
Not in
Just
our
in a-
boyfriend kind of way.
It's more of the my friend Steve.
Yeah.
Like it's you and me and me and you and
Your
your
friend Steve. But my partner is Steve.
Yes. Has that happened? I'm trying to think of a time that we hung out with like whoever one of us was dating and they were the third wheel. I feel like when you came to visit in New
when
Paltz,
I visited you.
they became the third wheel.
That's true. It's true and correct.
Verse 2, because that it's nice to have a friend who is repeated twice, and like I wrote that it's a chorus, but really it's a refrain because that's it. That's like there's no other chorus or like repeat anything. It's just verses and that. Verse 2, light pink sky, visible strings, give me blues in those purple pink skies. And also, I just got angry again. Everyone wants to hate on this song, but this is where the Lover cover comes from, and y'all eat that up.
That's true.
Say you're welcome. Say thank you to It's Nice to Have a Friend for the gorgeous cover
Thank
of
you.
Lover.
It's nice to have a friend. I was saying, oh no, because of On the Roof was reminding me again of our just growing up together.
That's true. I didn't even write that down. Abby had a roof that was very easy to climb on outside of her window, so we just kind of hang out there.
Yeah.
And the really shitty song that I wrote her for her 16th birthday, the chorus included the line, "Let's climb out on the roof again."
Cute.
That's actually the only line I remember from that song, I think out of self-preservation.
I haven't listened to it since I was 16, but I have the CD still, so.
Horrifying. This is like, that's like the albatross on around my neck. It's just, I know it's there and I can't acknowledge or I'll die.
Well, I'm Only Me When I'm With You is also on the CD, so I'm thinking I'll bring it when we record that episode eventually, and then we can burn it together.
All right, let me make a note to never cover that. So that's the last song we cover.
Kat pulls a vigilante shit and no body, no crime before we cover that episode.
You think I would murder somebody to get out of listening to a song I wrote when I was 16?
You might.
I mean, you're not wrong. Thank you for the idea. I will
Okay.
not murder anybody.
No,
I would
no,
like
no.
to make this very clear. Don't do murder.
Kat's a vegetarian.
I mean, that's true. I don't even kill animals except for fish because I don't think they have souls.
Oh my gosh, you're not making a great case here.
I stole that off the internet. I don't actually think that. I just, if I didn't eat fish, it'd be too restrictive.
Fair enough. Got to get those vitamins.
Got to get those vitamins, you know? So, Up on the Roof. Besides our niche relation to the song, she actually references Up on the Roof, or just like the roof, a few times. One in Cornelia Street, sat on the roof, you and I, after she goes to leave, and then he tells her like, hey, where'd you go? And she comes back and they sit on the roof together. Also, in The Bridge of King of My Heart, up on the roof with a schoolgirl crush. And she says it's like, up on the roof, the schoolgirl crush. It's so good. It's so good. I love that song so much. I forgot. I was like trying to remember where she says roof, and I was just like Googling like Lover roof lyrics because I thought it was another song on Lover besides Cornelia Street, and it wasn't. It was a rep song. But also, so her apartment on Cornelia Street that she was living in prior to Lover being released had like a little outdoor living area on the roof. So that's probably why she references the roof so much. Like 3 songs. She won't stop talking about this fucking roof, guys. She's obsessed with her home. Who does that? I don't know why I'm in the mood to be such a bitch today, but we're leaning in. But something about that roof was just apparently very relationship defining.
I get it. I always, in high school, when I lived at that house with the roof, I had this dream where I was like, I'll bring my crush out on here and we're going to sit on the roof and look at the sky. But then no one liked me like that.
That's a mood.
That's not true. That's mostly a joke. I didn't realize people liked me.
That's a mood. That is for sure the way it is. I remember. No, I'm not going to tangent again. Should I tangent? No. No, I'm not going to do it. Even though Miss Taylor Allison Swift herself does a tangent mid-sentence.
I love metaphors. Anyway, continue.
Sun sinks down. No curfew.
They're getting older.
I just, like, the best part about dating as an adult is that, like, when you're dating the right person, you feel all, like, giddy and cute and, like, excited like you did when you were in high school. But, like, now you actually get to do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
No rules in breakable heaven, am I right?
Yeah.
20 questions. We tell the truth. So, like, the thing about 20 questions is that, like, it gets a bad rep because the fuck boys have taken it over and used it to ask how many people you've slept with or, like, if you're a virgin.
Yeah.
But, like, in the context of this, like, cute, innocent little love song, they're actually using it to, like, get to know each other, which is another level of, like, cute high school relationship that, like, I mean, maybe she got to experience it, maybe she didn't, but, like, either way, she's getting to experience it now. Like, this silly little game to, like, get to know each other. It's so cute.
Yeah.
You've been stressed out lately. Yeah, me too.
Mood.
But also, like, the idea of a late night heart-to-heart chat with the person that you're falling in love with on a little rooftop deck while the sun is setting. Stop it. Stop it. I want that. Give me.
You had that with me.
Yeah, but I don't want to fall in love.
That's true. It would have happened by now if it was meant to be.
If it was meant to be, it would have been.
I think that this line following the 20 questions line is very intentional. Like, we tell the truth to each other, things that we might not tell other people, and admitting that I'm stressed, you're stressed. Like, we're going through hard times right now, and that's something they might not share with other people.
Yeah, but they're on this little, like, safe haven on the roof. Like, it's so cute.
And bonding over trauma.
We love an early relationship trauma bond.
Just cute vibes.
Something gave you the nerve to touch my hand. I kind of relate this back to the first verse of, like, the gloves, like the fixation on hands. I don't know, that's a thing. But also, like, the innocence of, like, sharing gloves and, like, just touching hands on the roof is, like, drawing that parallel between, like, being a little kid and having an innocent crush and, like, this more intense, like, falling in love as an adult crush, but it still has that, like, glow of innocent love where, like, you genuinely just like being around this other person and you're not, like, falling in lust and confusing it for falling in love. Like, when you meet, like, the right person, like, holding hands is, like, a big, huge moment that, like, with somebody that's wrong, where you like hold hands, you're like, yeah, this is fine. Your hand's kind of sweaty. I don't know about this. But like the first time you hold hands with somebody that you're like falling in love with, it's like a magical moment. I wouldn't know. Anyways, then verse 3, we fast forward to the wedding. Oh, I said I could make it hurt if I want to.
Uh-oh.
I wouldn't marry me either. She wrote all these cute songs about getting married, and then they didn't.
Anyway, that was rude.
Hey, I thought I had a sad note. Honestly, I wrote down, I don't think I'm going to talk about this because I don't want to make it sad, but then you offered the challenge up, so I had to do it.
That's true, I did.
It was right there.
To him. I respect it. As a sad girly, I respect it.
Sorry, I just accidentally like swallowed ice because it was a little tiny piece.
Ooh, rough.
And it was just a surprise. I didn't like that.
Surprise? Like
a surprise.
That's the price you pay. Yeah.
So follow us on Instagram.
All right.
My hint song for next. Okay. But also for the Carry Me Home, do people do the like crossing the threshold holding your wife in other countries, or is that a US thing?
That's a great question. I'm fairly certain it's a US thing.
So in the US, the Carry Me Home, it's like a tradition when you get married where like the husband will pick up the wife and like walk over the threshold of their house together. I don't know where it comes from. It's probably misogynistic.
Personally, I never want to be picked up ever in my life.
I deadlift so that I can pick up my future wife.
Ooh. The duality of gay over here.
The duality of gay. Sometimes I get drunk and I just pick people up. Abby can attest. I picked Abby up. Like last year. I think it was at my Halloween party.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I just be picking people up. I'm just like, I go to the gym. I bet I can pick you up. And then they'll be like, no, you can't. And then I do it. And they're like, that's so cool. And then more people want me to pick them up.
That was also when you were dressed as Chrissy. So that's a real power move.
I was.
Chrissy Cunningham.
And I was picking up you dressed as Eddie.
That tracks.
We love that. So yeah, so church bells ring, Carry Me Home. That's just so cute. Like the that image, and then rice on the ground looks like snow. That's another tradition at weddings. I feel like that's a global thing.
I think that is.
Where you like throw rice. Now they're trying to change it to like bird seed or like seeds of other types, or like biodegradable confetti, because like obviously rice is not super great for the environment. But I have this picture of my grandma and grandpa from their wedding, and I already packed it because I went to look for it. But it's my favorite picture from their wedding, and it's the two of them walking out of the church and like the rice getting thrown at them, and like the rice is kind of like out of focus. Aww. It's a really cute picture. I'll probably post it on the Instagram, not in the meme wrap up. Maybe I'll put it on the story. Imagine some meme is like, this isn't a meme, this is just a really nice photograph of my grandparents that I have framed.
Oh gosh. I also, you might have this note, but I just like the mirroring of the beginning of their relationship when the rice looks like snow. Oh my gosh, wait,
no, I did not write that down.
Oh.
Because I was too distracted by
your grandparents.
By my grandparents.
Yeah. It's like a little throwback moment.
Oh. Yeah, because they had the sidewalk chalk covered in snow, and now it's the rice on the ground that looks like the first time. Oh. It's so cute. Call my bluff, call you babe. In Cornelia Street, he called her bluff when she went to leave, and then she turned around and came back. Now they're in love, and she calls him babe. But also, I say him just because Taylor Swift is straight. But one thing that some people do like about the song is that there's no pronouns used on either part. Like, she never refers to herself with feminine pronouns or to her partner with like masculine pronouns. So it's like more applicable to any relationship, which we love.
Yeah.
Have my back, yeah, every day feels like home. I love the way that she used every day here, because I feel like the way I've always heard this line is every day feels like home, but looking at it, it's like have my back, yeah, every day, and then line break feels like home. So it works in both ways, where it could be have my back every day and every day feels like home.
That's really cute.
Like, that's so cute. And I love, it's like the opposite of what we talked about last week with her repeating the same word twice in a sentence and it having different meanings. It's like she's using the same words in two sentences connecting.
That's really cool.
It's really cool because like you can't do that with a ton of phrases, but it works so well here. and then stay in bed the whole weekend. So I kind of touched on this at the beginning with like it starts with school bell rings and that like feeling of freedom and joy, and then like the whole weekend staying in bed. Like maybe the school bells ring on a Friday, maybe it was before break, but either way it's like that very rounded out narrative. And it goes from the very cute like innocent young love to what that kind of love can develop into, which is like a partner for life that you feel at home with and you built something with them and you grew up together.
Feels like home, in long story short.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
What lyric is?
And it feels like home if the shoe fits. Walking
Yes,
in.
I totally forgot. I love that.
Yeah. I love that song a lot.
That makes sense. It's a bop.
Yeah.
I didn't consult Genius for any of these notes this week. These were all off the dome. Which is why I forgot that. Yeah.
Yeah.
My discussion question, have you ever had one of those like cute moments dating as an adult that like reminded you of being a kid? Like me in the gloves with our ex-boyfriend? Or I have another example if you want me to go first.
Okay.
I was dating someone, and the first time we kissed, she went to like drop me off at home, and then I got out of the car and she was like, wait, and then she like got out of the car and like ran around and was like, can I kiss you? And I was like, that like it would be so cringy if it wasn't cute. It's like, you know, it's one of those things where like if it feels so childlike but like fit the vibe.
Yeah. I mentioned this on a previous podcast and then I edited it out because I didn't like the way I told the story. But I went out with someone once as an adult where we ended up driving around my childhood neighborhood. Like it was on the way home from where we went. And so we drove around and it was just, and I was telling her about like little things that I remembered from being a kid.
That's so
really
cute. That's so cute.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was all that I had.
Wow. I like this song. I have no problems with the song.
It's a bop.
Okay. Midnight Rain. That doesn't feel like the right sound for it, but that's what we're going to go with because that's the vibe. No, it's definitely not that one.
Midnight Rain with your host, Abby of the Swimlore Podcast.
Okay, I'm coming around to it.
It's the dance, right?
Okay, that's enough. The way that it goes, there's a random dog break, and then it goes back into it, the beat drop.
I think that if it didn't start with the baby cry, it would really have a lot more going for it.
Yeah,
I don't know why like that's the preloaded sound on here.
I don't either. And we keep saying
What's the
that we're
orange
gonna.
one?
It's that sax. It's that Kenny G sound.
That Kenny G mom.
That false
That's
god.
giving false god. So Midnight Rain.
Okay. Midnight Rain. This is the 6th track on Taylor's 10th album, Midnights, which was released on October 21st, 2022. As we know, I'm a Midnights girly. I've spoke about this at length.
This is a song that you listen to while you're drying your tears from Yo-Yok.
That's my second note, is that this comes right after Yo-Yok. No, it's fine. You can step on my notes. That's how this works. Brain cell ping pong. Dun, 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 like, that's how it works.
That's how it be.
But it's so funny. And I recorded a TikTok of this once and then I deleted it because I couldn't get the comedic timing quite right. But it's like you're listening to You're on Your Own Kid. And it's like, yeah, you can face this. And then like it ends and it's just like that weird, it's not really a siren noise, but it's like a, no, I'm at the end of Yo-Yok. That's like, it's like an ending siren. And then it goes into, you want it?
It's like the one TikTok sound that's like the end of one like sad song. It's like, can't get any worse. And then Falling by Harry Styles starts. They're like, oh no. God.
Yeah, well, because this song makes me like, it's like makes me feral in a different way than Yo-Yok, but Yo-Yok is so devastating and then just going into this, it's a lot. It's emotional whiplash for sure. So the title Midnight Rain was announced on Midnight's Mayhem with me. It was the 4th out of 13 episodes on September 28th, 2022. I already covered episode 1 and 2. I think it was Masterminds and Vigilante Shit. This is the 4th. I didn't look up what the 3rd one was, but I'm upset that it's out of order. That's what I was going to Google.
Oh, episode 3 was Question.
Oh, we'll get there eventually. So I remember when this title was announced and everyone was just like, Midnight Rain. That's like, it's going to be like lyrically so. And it is lyrically so. But like they were expecting a certain vibe. It was kind of like when the track list for Harry's House came out and everyone was like, Little Freak. And then Little Freak ended up making everyone cry. Like this was the same thing.
Little Freak was like, ooh, I'm going to like go out tonight. It's going to be so much fun. And then you're standing outside a club and it starts downpouring. That's what Little Freak is.
That's what Little Freak was. That's kind of what this one is too.
Yeah.
It is performed as the 3rd song in the Midnight section of the Eras Tour. Very surprised it's performed on the Eras Tour, honestly.
Yeah, like I don't think that it has like single quality to it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like it is the only track that says Midnight in the title.
Oh, that's true.
Plus, she loves an umbrella.
That's true.
Can
I
you
just
talk
feel
about
like
the umbrellas?
No.
On 1989 tour, How You Get the Girl performance, they had umbrellas.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a dark horse of a song. I wasn't expecting it to be on the set list, and then it was, and I was like losing my mind.
As you should.
I was one of the Eras Tour people who showed up not knowing the set list by heart. I just kind of vibed.
You weren't avoiding spoilers, but you weren't searching them out.
Yeah, so I didn't know. Like when there was only one Speak Now song, I leaned over to Kat. I was like, "That's it? There's only one Speak Now song?"
I was like, I'm so sorry.
And no debut.
We saw her pre-Long Live getting added.
Again, villain origin story.
Yeah.
This next note I think you're going to find really exciting.
Okay, I'm excited.
I just wrote, Return of the Moog. This time it's not even the mini version.
We got a full-size Moog.
It's the full Moog.
It's the full Moog.
The full Moog is here.
Guys, it's the full Moog.
Aren't you excited?
I'm so excited. That also means that the Moog shrank towards the...
Started at full Moog. Over the course of Midnights, dwindled to a mini Moog.
And that was the mastermind, is that it's eventually it'll be pocket-sized Moog. I got a pocket full of Moog.
It's like that meme that Danny DeVito doesn't get older. He just slowly implodes on himself until eventually he becomes a star.
I love Danny DeVito.
This is a Danny DeVito fan podcast.
This is Danny DeVito come on the pod.
Oh, he'd be fun.
He'd be so fun.
Oh my goodness. So this song, Danny DeVito. So this song with the Moog of it all.
The Moog of it all. What are we gonna do when we cover August?
I don't know.
Just laugh the entire time.
Every single line we're just gonna add of it all. I think I actually got that.
All over
No. Okay, so at my 13th birthday party, TGIF by Katy Perry had just come out, and typical 13-year-old humor. Every line we just thought it was really funny to end it with "in my pants." So it was like, "There's a stranger in my pants." There's a you you get it.
And then when we stopped finding that funny, we picked up the Daring Book for Girls, and we went through the entry about boys, and we added in. We sat in a circle, and we would read a sentence and add "in my pants" at the end. And we'd all fucking crack up laughing, and then we'd pass the book, and then the next person would read.
And sometimes it made no sense. Didn't stop the laughter.
Did not stop the laughter. It was also the day that gay marriage was passed.
Oh wow!
That's the first time somebody asked me if I was gay. Because I was real excited.
It was a very momentous occasion.
And one of our friends went, "Kat, I don't mean to be like mean, but are you gay?" And I was like, "No, I'm just an ally. I'm just really excited for these other people that aren't me." Ally.
Wow, that was a pretty iconic night. We're just going through all of our iconic nights of Cabby Past over here.
For real.
Oh man.
It's like Sleepover 2.0.
So the Moog.
The Moog
of it all. Some people really don't like the distorted vocals. They were really, like, they call that opening, they're like jump scare sort of situation. That's what makes the song, I would say, like, controversial. Like, people aren't really a fan of that, which is, that's their opinion. So I'm like blinking in the corner. But personally, I'm feral for it.
Fair enough.
I actually like it more than the chorus where she does it without the distortion. I wish it was distorted the chorus was distorted every time. Personally, that's my opinion.
That's my opinion.
After Midnights was released, Midnight Rain debuted and peaked at number 5 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 and number 5 on the Billboard Global 200.
Sick.
There was a Billboard critic, Jason Lipschutz, who said that the vocal shifts act as a call and response between the song's narrator and subject. And I need a moment to kind of
wait, can you
analyze
repeat that?
Yeah. The vocal shifts act as a call and response between the song's narrator and the subject.
Slay, Jason. I'm so glad I didn't make the Jason Derulo joke I was thinking of. You deserve better than that.
Jason, more like Slayson. I regret that immediately.
Jason Lipschitz. I made it anyways.
Jason Lipschitz.
I was between the Jason Derulo joke and the Lipschitz joke from He Had It Coming.
Oh.
So I think he might have gotten the better joke there.
Well, yeah, way to go.
It wasn't a good joke, but
listen, I make bad jokes all the time. So
my life is one big bad joke personally.
So true. Oh man. Okay. So this is another song where the narrator chooses their career and fame over a domestic life with a partner, which is like 'Tis the Damn Season. You can also make the comparison to The One
And Lavender Haze.
and Lavender Haze. That one, she does choose the relationship though.
Oh, that's true.
And this one, it's about how she left the relationship behind to pursue something else.
Right, yeah. So it's the exact opposite of what I just said.
Yeah, but I'm going to give you points for it anyway.
Guys. Do you ever say that when you say
Yes.
something wrong and you go, well, it's opposite day?
It's opposite day. And then you would say it's not opposite day to throw them off. Because that meant that it is.
Dun, dun, dun.
Anyway, I was cool as a kid.
Nope. Sorry, I hit it too late. The fit was gone.
Slipped
No,
away.
it was just Abby saying that she was cool. Abby was cool. She was friends with me, and I didn't get bullied because I was too mean for it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Anyways,
Wow. All right.
today is just all tangents.
Oops, all tangents once again. When is it not?
Oops.
Friend of the podcast, Sylvia, sent me a TikTok of someone just constantly going on tangents because of their ADHD, and she said this is literally every episode of Swiftlore. I was like, yeah, I can't even be mad about it.
It's just the truth.
Oh man,
I think the tangents make us more fun.
it's true. I don't know if I'll keep this in, but I have to mention that this song reminds me of Steve and Nancy from Stranger Things a lot every time I listen to it.
Wait, you're so right.
If you watch Stranger Things and
You
listen
know
to the
you
song
know.
again, if you know, you know, because it's kind of a cool thing to look at. Pretty much every lyric matches up, so we love that.
Yeah.
Another interpretation of this, this is not the way that Taylor wrote it, but as someone who went through the things that I went through, the comp head of it all,
And competitive at all.
this really feels like compulsory heterosexuality.
And I do want to just make it like extra clear that we don't think that Taylor
No.
Swift is queer in any way, especially because that New York Times opinion piece that came out this week
Yeah.
that they publicly were like, that's fucked up to say. That was fucked up to say.
We will never speculate on Taylor's sexuality here on this podcast.
Yeah,
Let
so
me
I
say
just
that
want to
first
make it
and
clear
foremost.
that
Yes.
like us as queer people relating to this song and comp het of it all
Yes.
is us.
Yes, this is
us
my
projecting, not her.
experience and how I can interpret the song is very comp het.
Yeah, because I same.
Yeah, when you're dating someone who's perfectly nice and it's still, you leave it behind. It's still not right for you. Which is meaningful to me as someone who has been through it, who's
Same.
through that specific thing.
Yes.
Just when you're with someone who's perfectly nice, I broke his heart because he was nice, and
Yeah.
like, it's tough to be in that position.
I feel like that's why I don't listen to this song too much, because at first I was like, yeah, it's fine. I don't listen to it too much. And then you were just like, this reminds me of our ex. And I was just like, oh, now I can never listen to it again.
Well, now you can think about Steve and Nancy if you
Now
want.
I can think about Steve and Nancy.
So there you go. So onto the lyrical analysis of it all. One thing that I find really interesting that I did not pick up on until doing this, which often every week I'm just
As
like,
per
I didn't
usual.
even think about that. This song starts with rain. It just starts with the word rain. It doesn't start with midnight rain. And when you think about the chorus, I always thought like midnight rain was how the chorus started. It's not. Midnight is the word before the chorus. So it's like he was sunshine, I was midnight, break, and then rain.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And I'll get more into that. But it's carrying on from the verse. So she's saying, like, all of me changed like midnight. And then comparing herself as rain and him as sunshine.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I think the reason why is because midnight's the whole concept of the album and these sleepless nights that she has at midnight. So she's frequently bringing up midnight in this song because she thinks of him at midnight. So she's saying, I'm midnight. I'm these sleepless nights. And he's sunshine. We're in different sides of the day, basically.
Yeah.
Which is just it's so cool. This is cool.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it's good.
Bop is a bop.
Pop is a bop. He wanted it comfortable. I wanted that pain.
Just like me, for real.
So a couple of comparisons that Genius brought up. The Way I Loved You. He's charming and endearing and I'm comfortable, but I miss screaming and fighting and kissing in the rain. It's a pretty good comparison there. Reflecting on a relationship that was good and nice, but sometimes when we're younger, we can kind of crave the drama.
Yeah.
Like when we're in a comfortable relationship and something doesn't feel right, it feels like it's not necessarily enough, or that it's missing something because there isn't that like angst.
Yeah. Especially because like every like love story, whatever that you read is like, there's always a third act breakup. There's always the drama.
There's always drama. So when you don't have that,
it feels off-putting.
Yeah, it can. Another interpretation can be that when she wanted the pain, that means she could have had a really comfortable life with him, but instead she chose a really difficult path of pursuing fame in her career, which is going to be painful.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
He wanted a bride. I was making my own name. Just a continued discussion of the fact that he wanted to settle down. She could have had a very good domestic life, and she wanted to go and be Taylor Swift.
I was about to say, like, be the most amazing person ever, you know?
Yeah. Like, he wanted to settle down, but she was only just beginning. She was about to take off. I do have a theory that this song, it relates to a lot of songs from, like, debut and, like, early album eras. So I'm thinking that it might be from a relationship, like, way far back. I don't know. People do speculate on who it's about. I don't really think about that, but I think this is from something, like, before she really took off, even. Although she's kind of always been famous. Taylor Swift, you have always been famous.
That's true.
She mentions bride also in Lavender Haze. All they keep asking me is if I'm going to be your bride. So this could potentially be a different side of that. Like, he wanted a bride. They keep asking me if I'm going to be your bride. This is something that's on her mind, and it's not quite something that she wants right now.
Yeah. I think also, like, Midnights is her first album that came out when she was over 30, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. I mean, I guess Folklore Evermore, but those aren't about her. Anyways, I think that, like, once you hit 30, the pressure from people to get married, like, skyrockets because everybody expects you to be married by that point. So it's definitely, like, on the brain. I mean, she mentions bride and marriage 3 times on Midnights, which is a very high concentration.
Yeah. She doesn't, whenever she uses the word bride, like, she would have made such a lovely bride. All they keep asking me is if I'm going to be your bride. It's pretty negative, quote unquote negative. Like, it's something that she feels the pressure of.
Because I also think, I mean, I'm on, like, wedding TikTok because I'm 26. So that's just where I'm at. But, like, the amount of pressure that people put onto, like, this one day of, like, being a bride and it being, like, this perfect day, like, your wedding being perfect in every way and it has to be the most amazing day of your life. It's, like, it's so much pressure. And, like, obviously Taylor Swift is going to have better days than her wedding, probably.
Yeah.
Like, every other day where she just gets to be Taylor Swift.
And it's also completely valid to date someone and not be thinking about marriage. You can date someone forever and not get married to them. You can enjoy life as it comes and just, like, think about that later. But in society, there's always a pressure.
Yeah.
Like, when are you going to get married? And then once you get married, when are you going to have kids? And that's just exhausting. Chasing that fame, he stayed the same. So she grew without him, but he never had those same aspirations. It's a very 'Tis the Damn Season.
Very 'Tis the Damn Season.
Very similar. Another debut track, 15. Back then, I swore I was going to marry him.
Sorry, it's Fearless track.
Oh my God, no. I just feel so stupid that I got that wrong.
No, because she talks about high school in it. It feels debut.
I associate it with it's the first song, one of the first songs I heard, but you're right, it is Fearless. I was thinking of, never mind. Okay.
It's the second track on Fearless, I think.
Got it. So another reference to a track from her earlier albums, 15. Back then, I swore I was going to marry him someday, but I realized some bigger dreams of mine. All of me changed like midnight. How at midnight, the clock strikes 12, and then all of a sudden, it's a new day. Calendar changes, swiped clean. In the blink of an eye, everything changes. And so he's staying the same. He's staying static. He's staying on the same day, and she wants to move on, move forward in a different way. And I just wrote a comparison. It's the opposite of New Year's Day. She does not want to be picking up bottles with him on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Apologies.
She's like, oh, it's a new year. Oh, you're still here. Ooh. Maybe we should talk. I'm actually getting dumped on New Year's Day, but like at like 12:05 a.m.
I'm sure it's happened.
I'm certain it's happened.
What
Not
a
to
way
me,
to
thank
start
God.
the year. If that's ever happened to you, woof, I'm sorry. And I hope you're better off now.
That's ever happened to you. Yikes.
Yikes. Okay, so the chorus starts with this distortion, then there's a verse. The chorus again, also distorted. Second verse, and then the chorus comes back, but it's not distorted. So just like an interesting way that the song is put together. My town was a wasteland. So she's justifying the decision that she made by saying, where I came from, it was a wasteland. It wasn't what I wanted at all. It was full of cages, full of fences, pageant queens, big pretenders. Full of cages, being trapped, full of fences. There were barriers and obstacles to what she wanted. Pageant queens, these stereotypically beautiful girls who focus on like the outer beauty. In Dorothea, there's that line, skipping the prom just to piss off your mom and her pageant schemes. So that's something that the characters in Taylor's songs, or Taylor herself, typically sees as like, that's not my life. Mm-hmm. There's also, in Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince, no cameras catch my pageant smile, which leads into big pretenders. Like, pageant queens represent having that pageant smile, not necessarily being happy.
Yes.
And also, bring on all the pretenders, I'm not afraid, just because I love mentioning Long Live when I can.
Ouch.
Ouch. Okay. But for some, it was paradise. She's validating, like, that could be what some people want, and that's valid.
Some people love cages and pageant queens, and that's,
And also, it seems like this person she's talking about that she left behind also likes that life.
Yeah, because to her, it feels like being trapped and being fake. But to them, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so fun.
Right.
Look at the locks on this cage. They're so excited. I don't know. I'm trying to make cages fun. It's not working.
My boy was a montage.
Such a good line.
Yeah. Like, I wrote about Death by a Thousand Cuts. We mentioned the song Supercut by Lorde that week. But also flashbacks waking me up, being haunted by the memories, which is something that Taylor references a lot, like in the song Haunted, for example. So she's living through this fantasy, this movie-like relationship that she's having, this montage of happy moments, comforting moments, things that she should be enjoying, that she wished she was enjoying more.
But then also, if you're dating someone, you're like, that person's like a montage, it almost is like they're too good to be true. Like, something about this feels fake and like not real.
Yeah.
Even if they're being genuine. If you're dating someone where every day is a highlight reel, like I would feel so like weird and out of place if I was dating somebody like that.
She feels like a pageant queen and a big pretender.
Exactly.
Like when she's in that life, that's how she feels. It doesn't feel like she's being her true self or like the self that she wants to be. Slow motion love potion. I wrote, it's like falling in love slowly then all at once, which is a quote from The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Hi, John Green. Love your work.
Totally listening right now. For sure.
What if one day he does, Kat?
That would be iconic. That would be, hi, John.
Jumping off things in the ocean. So in False God, we were stupid to jump in the ocean, separating us. Gold Rush, she says, so inviting, I almost jump in. So jumping into the ocean is seen as something that's foolish and risky in all three of these examples. Mm-hmm. I broke his heart because he was nice.
For those of you at home, I'm doing the Florence Pugh frown.
We're frowning over here. I didn't write this down, but I think
That's what I think.
that's also what I think. It reminds me of, I think it's Suburban Legends, where she said I broke his heart because he was too polite to, or something.
Broke my own heart because you were too polite to do it.
Yeah. And that's what this line is also saying. She's not saying I broke his heart even though he was nice. She's saying I broke his heart because I had to, because he would never do it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where, like, she wanted that pain. She wanted to go through that breakup, even though it was a hard thing, because overall it was going to be better for both of them and what they wanted in life.
Yeah.
He was sunshine, I was midnight. And I've touched on that earlier. He's this, like, golden retriever, bright, vibrant, warm. She's haunted, late night, insomnia, that sort of vibe. It's like a really clever way to just compare the two of their personalities.
Love.
And separate them, because there's no sunshine and midnight do not ever coexist.
Except in the north.
Okay.
I just have to be an asshole because, as you know, I'm an asshole.
And then go back to the chorus with the rain. And I just wrote that literally every time the chorus goes, I like do the whip, like unintentionally. Like it's like an alteration of the whip where I just love this part. All right. Anyway, choruses. Second verse. It came like a postcard, picture perfect, shiny family. Again, this perfect thing that she has outside on pictures. Mm-hmm. Like when you look at someone's social media and you're like, wow, their life is great. And
then you're like, maybe I'll catch up with them. And then you catch up with them and they're like, yeah, I think I'm going to die.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, goodness. The other thing about, like, a postcard, holiday peppermint candy, it's like a Christmas card. So you show, could have had this family, could have had this thing that you send to all your friends and they put on the fridge to show these happy moments. But that's, again, that's just not what she wanted.
Yeah.
But for him, it's every day. That's ultimately what he wants and what he aspires to have. So I peered through a window, and she's revisiting this relationship right now on a midnight such as this. And I just wrote, like, would have, could have, should have, stained glass windows in my mind, and death by 1,000 cuts. I look through the windows of this love. Very similar, just looking back on the relationship. Also funny how we've covered both of those songs.
Silly little mome.
A deep portal, time travel. Literally everything I just said again. She's calling it time travel. She's digging deep into her past to reflect on something that's already happened and something that she lost.
And also, like, the moment of looking at a picture of your ex in their happy life and having this, like, time travel moment where you're like, would I be in that position, and would I be like the other smiling person on this Christmas card if I hadn't, like, broken up with them?
I wonder if maybe this is like, now I send your babies presents. Like, maybe she gets, like, she actually sees this postcard of her former love's new family that he has.
Yeah.
And she says, the love we unravel and the life I gave away. So, like, that's what she could have had, but she chose not to have. And she might, think about it, she might maybe sometimes regret it a little bit. The greatest loves of all time are over now from the one. And then also just, like, the back to December idea.
Yeah.
Where it's like there was nothing wrong. It just wasn't right.
Yeah. Love.
Somewhere I wrote this note, and I don't know where it is, so I'm going to say it now because I want to make sure I say it. I'm sure that you've got a wife out there, kids, and Christmas. It's from Right Where You Left Me, which is a song about the narrator being left. But this is kind of the flip of that.
Yeah. But it's still like, anytime you bring up Right Where You Left Me.
What? Yeah. I mean, man, oh man, that song. So now into the bridge. I guess sometimes we all get just what we wanted. So she's trying to accept the decision that she made. She chased the fame. She got it. She got what she wanted. He got what he wanted. But sometimes once we get what we want, it's not everything.
Yeah. You realize that, like, the goalpost that you were chasing is actually not what you wanted, and then the goalpost just moves, and then you're just still chasing.
He never thinks of me except when I'm on TV. So he thinks of her when he's literally shown her. So since she's famous, occasionally it's going to pop up. Since she's Taylor Swift, if this is about her actual life, then literally, like, you can't avoid Taylor Swift in the news right now.
Literally, it's impossible.
In Dorothea, a tiny screen's the only place I see you now. Also, I bet you think about me. But what makes this really sad, I have to end this on a downer. I'm sorry, but I do. What makes this really sad is that then the second part of the chorus, she says, sometimes we all get some kind of haunted, and I never think of him except on midnights like this. She's saying he thinks of her occasionally when she's on TV. She thinks about him on her own accord in these late sleepless nights where she's still thinking about it. And he doesn't. He never thinks of her except when she's on TV, and she's still thinking about it.
She thinks about him every time that she's like, did I make the right choices in life to be here?
When her depression works the graveyard shift and all the people she ghosted stands there in the room from Antihero.
Ouch.
So it's just really, really sad. And then it just echoes midnights like this. Like, she's thinking about it even now, even still. Sorry to end on a downer, but for the discussion question, this is kind of a goofy question.
Okay.
If we ever got famous, what do you think our exes would think about us?
Huh. I don't know. I don't know what they think about me. I'm not in touch with most of my exes.
I posed this question. I don't really have an answer either, but I think it's a fun thought experiment. Like, what would people think? What would they think?
I feel like some of my exes would be like, good for you, get it. And then some of them would like try to cancel me for something.
I had one.
Not that I've done anything cancelable, but just like they seem like the type of person who might do that.
I had one person I dated who told me that I had no ambition.
Have they considered shutting the fuck up?
And I think that's pretty hilarious. At the time, I was really depressed. So, like, I guess I get it, but I think it's kind of funny that I'm literally the most ambitious person in the world.
Like, literally, what?
I never stop. I never stop stopping.
You never stop, never stopping. Like, what?
So that'd be kind of fun. I think mostly, yeah, I don't know. Fun thought experiment. So anyway, that's that.
Hint songs for next week, Reno. My hint song is This Love by Maroon 5.
My hint song is Getting Older by Billie Eilish.
And this is our second to last episode in this apartment, so no big thing yet.
No big announcement yet.
Yeah. So crispy high five?
Crispy high five. Until next time, folks.
Until next time.
Oh,
one and done. Bam. I thought of a really sick burn the other day.
Okay.
It's not a sick burn. It's a light curse. When somebody does something and you just are really mad at them, I hope that your peanut butter and jelly sandwich balance of peanut butter to jelly is never correct again.
Wow.
Isn't that scathing?
That's really scathing.
I thought that as someone who cut me off in traffic.
It's the best kind of road rage. You just wish for something that would just make them a little unhappy for the rest of their lives.
Exactly. Like, I don't want you to like suffer, but like I want you to be mildly inconvenienced always.
Your socks are always a little damp.
Oh God.
That's my favorite one.
That
one's
be
evil.
Horrifying.
He's this like bright golden. I'm using he, him pronouns. I don't think pronouns are used in this.
No, I was gonna say he was sunshine.
Oh, it literally just said he.
I was like, are you gaslighting me?
Once again, I can't read. Every week I can't read.
Every day I wake up.
Illiterate. Every day I wake up illiterate.
What?
I literally don't know.